morning. I'm Brad Andrews, president of Southwestern College, and it is my joy and privilege to welcome all of you to the 2018 Business Hall of Fame ceremony. Founders Weekend and these Hall of Fame induction ceremonies, they are very meaningful for us, very meaningful in the life of the college. We receive nominations annually across the year and across the country that point to builders who have excelled in and greatly contribute to their fields. The Business Hall of Fame inducts an incredible class of honorees each year. And I credit this in part to Southwestern College's entrepreneurial spirit. It's innate entrepreneurial spirit. Builders have ingenuity, builders see opportunity, and builders aren't afraid to work hard. And these traits serve our graduates well in the enterprises that they pursue. Their character and their efforts and their hard work, combined with the dedication and talent and passion of our wonderful faculty, this produces results that bring us great pride. And indeed, we highlight graduates and honor graduates not only to honor them, but also to illustrate for our students all that is possible. Our current students, as they walk by the Halls of Fame display on their way to class, as they read all that has come before them, all that has happened, this helps illustrate or demonstrate for them all the possibilities and opportunities that lie ahead. As they read each story, as they read your story, and see these faces, they're better able to, we feel, identify with, understand, and believe in their own potential. So those who are inducted into this Hall of Fame demonstrate determination and leadership and business acumen required to enjoy exceptional success, and additionally, they are people of great character who we are proud to lift up in honor and appreciation. So Dan and Kelly and Sarah, thank you so much for allowing us to honor you today. Thanks for all the difference that you have made in your lives and careers so far, and thank you for being builders. And to all of you, thank you for being here today. To get us started, it is my pleasure to invite to the podium Chair of the Business Division, Kurt Kaiser.
Well, thank you. Good morning again. The Southwestern College Business Hall of Fame was established in 2002 to honor alumni with significant achievements in business. It is the intent that this Hall of Fame gives recognition and honor to those who excel in the business field. Before we officially get underway, I would like to call your attention to the beautiful glass creations on the table beside me. These one-of-a-kind awards are given annually to Business Hall of Fame inductees. They are handcrafted by Mr. Scott Hartley, class of '97, a Southwestern science major who went on to use his artistic talents and his knowledge of science to become a master glass blower. Scott is also a 2016 inductee of the SC Fine Arts Hall of Fame. We are fortunate to be able to give these unique gifts to our inductees to permanently remind them of their place in our hall. We would also like to recognize all previous Business Hall of Fame inductees or spouses of inductees who are here today. Would any previous inductees please stand? Before we honor our inductees today, we'd like to invite a few special students up to the podium to talk about their experience here at Southwestern College. They're preparing to graduate, and I'd like to invite up Kyle Robinson and Jacob Sigmund. Kyle and Siggy, come on up.
Howdy, everybody. How we doing? Y'all ready for the 80 degree to the 40 degree to the 30 degree drop we're experiencing today? So, I got asked to come up here and speak about my experiences at Southwestern, and it kind of made me, wonder why I was asked, and that got me thinking, I think I was asked because I'm considering myself a pretty successful college student. And I was thinking, well, why am I successful? What considers me successful? I'm graduating in 3 years. I spent 2.5 years at the college on campus. The last this semester, I spent at a traveling internship. So it's been a pretty cool experience. And continuing along this thought process, I thought, well, why am I successful? And it takes me back to Inductees freshman orientation. Inductees is our business club on campus. And every year, since my sophomore year, Pat likes to bring up me and Sigmund. We have roughly the same story. How we came into the school, we weren't the most prestigious kids. You know, we went to class, but we came here on a football scholarship, so it was football. And he likes to bring up how where we are now versus where we were then. We weren't on our track to graduate early or to graduate the way that we are now. And I think a lot of that comes from our professors. We wouldn't be where we are today without the amazing business professors that we have. I think a lot can be said for a lot of the people that have been inducted into the Business Hall of Fame, that a lot of them wouldn't be there where they are if they didn't have the teachers that they had then. So that's what I've got to say about our experiences at Southwestern, and thank you for teaching me and getting me where I am today.
Good morning. So, as Kyle was saying, we kind of took the same paths through our college experience. To start off, I'm Jacob Sigmund. I'm the current Inductees president. Currently working as an auditor in Wichita through an internship that I earned this past semester. And so, a little bit about myself before I kind of stepped into the role I'm in today. I came to Southwestern, I feel like sometimes completely on accident. I only chose Southwestern because a friend came here, and that guy left after the first semester. And so I was kind of stuck here. But I came into college with the mentality that I wanted to do my 4 years and leave and go back home. And I didn't want to do anything outside of football. I thought those guys were my friends, and that's all I wanted to do. Well, around my junior year, something kind of clicked with me. And I thought, you know, these student loans don't go away. Eventually you got to get a job and you got to be able to pay these student loans off. And so I started taking a little bit more initiative into my education. And a lot of that came from inspiration of my professors. I think personally we have the best business professors in the state of Kansas. I think they genuinely care about the students. You can literally walk into their office at any point in the day and have a personal conversation with them. Nothing school related, but they'll have a personal conversation with you, just about life in general. And Wichita State, you don't find that. KU, you don't find that. K-State, you don't find that. But at Southwestern, you do. And I will be very appreciative of that for the rest of my life. And another big inspiration that I get is, I know most of you have been down Mossman Hallway. You get to see the Hall of Fame. And there's a little TV up there, and you can click and read through everyone's stories. And so every day for a week, I went through and just read one personal bio of someone that was in the Hall of Fame. And to read some of the stories is just amazing. I mean, people that came from nothing and have led to be very successful. And that is a big inspiration to me as well. And it drives me to want to succeed even more. And so I like to thank the professors and the Hall of Fame inductees, because I wouldn't be here without you. So thank you.
Well, thank you, Kyle and Jacob. And I think it was 2 years ago at the annual talent show toward the end of the school year that that Jacob was up here doing a dance and song routine, right? And leapt off the stage at the end there, did you not? So I thought I'd try that today myself. But first we need to have an EMT out there in the front row. So congratulations, and I could go on and on about how far both of you have come, and I think you give us a little too much credit and not give enough credit to yourselves. So you guys are great. So let's get on with our honoring our inductees today. So our first inductee, Dan R. Fauchier, class of '68, spent 5 years in the ministry, 7 years in California youth prison counseling, and 5 years in restaurant development before he took his SC Builder heritage, literally spending the next 40 years in construction. During the past 2 decades, he consulted on such iconic mega projects as the Salesforce Tower, the tallest building in San Francisco, the Chase Center, home of the Golden State Warriors, the $1.8 billion new Stanford Hospital in Palo Alto, and the California Prison Medical Center in Stockton. He co-authored Lean Project Delivery, building championship project teams. He also is co-founder of A Ship in the Woods, a nonprofit art and science foundation with a gallery based in his wooded homestead near San Diego. Dan?
I'll take it and then give it back to you. Am I supposed to say, oh, this is heavy? Well, President Andrews, trustees, deans, faculty, students, honored guests, my wonderful supportive daughter, Dr. Angela Fauchier, right there, who flew in from the University of Colorado School of Medicine. My brother Randy Fauchier, also here, himself a smart and accomplished businessman. His beautiful wife Shauna, also smart and accomplished. And Fauchier family all over the county and from Guisany, France to San Francisco. See, here's the interesting thing. My 4 years at Southwestern were as a pre-ministerial student. I graduated with a double major, and one of them wasn't religion. I served as student minister at First Methodist all 4 years, and I was the first, in 1965, the first white student to room with an African-American student, thus desegregating campus housing. That African-American student, Willie Williams from Austin, Texas, also finished in 3 years, because that's all the money his parents had. They had enough to get him through 3 years, so he had to do it in 3, and he did. Then 3 days after graduation, I headed the '67 Mustang west to California and to the School of Theology at Claremont. So, Carl, when I left here 50 years ago, I was a man of the cloth. I lasted a year in seminary, and then I chose to leave the church. And church-sponsored institutions like this rarely recognize former ministers for pursuits in business, which in the current climate may seem about as far from spirituality and ethical behavior as one can get. In politics and on Wall Street, ethics is at best situational, more often advertised but not lived. Religion has a role in politics and business because it's a demographic that can be targeted, pandered to, and profited from. And a lot of the good people here in Kansas are riding that roller coaster right now. So, question, what lands you in the Business Hall of Fame? I've been asking myself this since I first heard from Southwestern. Why me? When I left the organized church in 1969, it was for a good reason. What I saw professionally was religion as a business. Now, that's just my experience. Your mileage may vary. Most of the classes I took that year in seminary were how to run a church business. I wanted God, a personal relationship, no middleman. And the churches that I worked in, and they were wonderful places, were in fact rather political. Not DC politics like today, but just internal petty politics. I can footnote this and ground my assertions if you want to talk to me later. So I left organized religion and went into social work, as President said, for 7 years, and that's related. Then into the restaurant business and ultimately into construction, not related to religion. And I exercised my freedom from religion until I was 39 and found my true spiritual path, which is a melding of the original Christianity and the original Hinduism into something called Self-Realization Fellowship. Interestingly, they run their organization using sound business principles to assure its longevity, not to make a profit for its leaders, who get paid minimum wage and renounce the material life. So now I had my spiritual path, free of politics, render unto Caesar, and with a direct connection with the divine through meditation, and that's still my path. So this gets worse, selection committee, huh? You're thinking, oh, geez. Not only did this guy leave Kansas and leave the church, but then he became a California vegetarian for 35 years. Shocking. And meditated? Weird. And he's gay? More than a few of the trustees are wondering how the heck I got selected to stand here. Whose mistake is this? We'll find out Monday morning. Kelly, I may become the only alumnus ever inducted into the Hall of Fame on a Saturday and expelled on a Monday. I may need your services. Relax. Here's the bottom line. My mother, who's still living at 92, about 10 miles from here, my father, my church teachers, this school, all molded and reinforced in me the innate ethical behavior that I know I was born with, but which is so easily misplaced when you find yourself in bad company. I know that personally also. My ethics and empathy were always sound, and they've been the bedrock of my business behavior, except for one little moment 40 years ago, which was a huge learning experience. The unethical people who get the headlines, for whom greed is good, who cheat the public, hike drug prices, pay themselves ridiculous salaries and bonuses, and generally treat wealth and power as their right, those people I don't deal with, except at the drugstore, any big of national or multinational bank, and the voting booth. My colleagues, my clients, some of the top 50 construction companies and public agencies in the United States are ethical, just like I try to be. That's the only way we could continue doing business together. Trust. Everything we regular business people do on a daily basis requires that we be able to trust that what you say you will do. It's true. And what you promise we can rely on. In fact, that's what I teach project teams around the country, how to make and keep reliable promises at least 80 to 90% of the time, every promise you make, through great collaborative planning and through daily accountability check-ins. No lying, no false promising. David and Umstott, and I wrote a book on how to do just that. It's available on Amazon. Please buy it. I want to retire on the $5 a copy that I will get from that. So back to the question. What lands you in the Business Hall of Fame? I think the answer is trust. Not lying. Ethical behavior. Continuous improvement. Bringing real value to solving another person's needs. Helping each other make a profit, create jobs, build great buildings and infrastructure, stuff you can see from Google Earth. So students, if you have a penchant for lying, you don't belong in business. You belong in politics or on Wall Street. That's where you can get away with it. But if you want to be successful in business, first, love what you do. Follow your passion. Then watch your pennies. Create value for your customers. Continuously improve yourself and your own processes every day to reduce waste. Care about your colleagues and employees. Respect for people. And learn to master being able to do everything you promised, or renegotiate that promise, or just say no. If you can't say no, you can't make a reliable promise. Do that every day for 50 years, and you can join my fellow inductees and me in this beautiful Hall of Fame. Thank you for the honor.
Well, thank you and congratulations again, Dan. Kelly J. Rundell, class of '82, is a litigator with extensive experience in the areas of civil litigation, employment law, civil rights law, and government liability. As a deputy city attorney for the city of Wichita, Kelly spent more than 20 years litigating municipal liability in addition to employment and labor law issues in the government sector. She joined Height, Fanning, and Honeyman, LLP, in 2015. Kelly is regarded as a resource for issues of employment, law, ethics, and trial litigation practice. Her presentations have been heard by members of the bar at CLEs and conferences. Kelly received the Wichita Bar Association President's Award in 1993 and the Louise Maddox Attorney of Achievement Award in 2012. Her community service includes the Susan G. Komen, Kansas affiliate, the Wichita Area Women's Golf Association, the Wichita YWCA, and the Southwestern College Board of Trustees.
Oh, somebody left me a speech. Someone else's speech. My Southwestern story begins when I'm 4 years old, actually. My dad was teaching me chess, and I told him I was going to be a lawyer. Nobody really knew at 4 how totally stubborn I was, because I never changed my mind. But when I was a kid going through school, no one believed me. I'd say I wanted to be a lawyer, and teachers and classmates would laugh, partially because there weren't any girl lawyers in the 60s and 70s, and partially because I was not a very good student. I like to think that I was an average student. I got down slips telling my parents I was failing classes, but I did make an A in band, and I think that balances out. So because I was, I'm gonna have to close this because I keep looking at it like I'm speaking from it. Because I wanted to be a lawyer, I joined the debate team in high school. And I was actually pretty good at that, which got me contacts with colleges that probably didn't want me because of my grades. But one of the coaches I met was Gary Horn, who was the coach here at Southwestern. And every time I met him, I liked him more and more. And that's why I came here. Now, I was familiar with Southwestern. I'm a Methodist, and I babysat for a minister who had gone to school here, but I really wasn't thinking I'd come here until I met the debate squad. So I came here, like the guys we heard earlier, came to play football. I came for the debate team. A lot of things happened to me when I was here that I think have made me whoever I am now. One of them was that after I was here and enrolled, Gary Horn told me he expected me to make the dean's list. Not having made an honor roll, that seemed like a big challenge. So I decided I was going to have to study. And I did study. And I did make the dean's list. So I owe a lot to Southwestern for teaching me how to manage my time, and also teaching me that sometimes I have to do things that don't really particularly interest me in order to reach my ultimate goal. The second thing that I got from Southwestern was a business degree. Now, since I wanted to be a lawyer, I had to major in something. So my freshman year, I was thinking about what to major in. And I thought, I don't know anything about law school, really. I didn't know if I'd get in, much less get through. So I better major in something I could get a job in. So I decided on business. The other good thing about business degree was that at this point, handheld calculators had been invented. And so I could do the accounting classes without counting on my fingers. And I do count on my fingers to this day. So thank you for Excel and Texas Instruments. So I get through accounting. I get through all my business classes, actually. And I can't tell you now that there's any particular business class that stands out and I use every day today, because when I was in business, we learned how to program computers in Fortran. I mean, it's not, something we use every day. But what I did get from business was a worldview of how business operates, how the economy works, and finances, and I do use that. I use that when I talk to my clients, so that I can relate to them and make them see how this legal issue is going to affect their business. I use it every day in the law firm I'm in because we have to pay our employees and run a business. And I certainly used it at the city because even if it sounds like a government and it's not for profit, it's a big business with lots of management issues and thousands of employees that you have to deal with. So I do owe a foundation for a lot of my career from the business degree that I got here. The other thing that I got from Southwestern, and probably the most important thing, was a sense of fearlessness and confidence. Because when you come to Southwestern, you can do anything. You can write for the newspaper if you aren't in journalism school, and you can do intramural sports. And when I was here, in addition to debating, I was in the business club, which was different than what they have now. I was in a club whose sole purpose was to plan these elaborate jokes all over campus. It's hard to imagine I did that. And because you could do all those things and you had the opportunity to do all those things, I learned that it was okay to say yes, to try anything without fear. And to this day, I don't say no out of fear. I will go ahead and just try anything. It doesn't mean I always succeed, but I'll try it. The other thing I got was a lot of confidence, because when I came to Southwestern, when I said I wanted to be a lawyer, nobody laughed. Without fail, every faculty member, Gary Horn, all of them, said, okay, and they showed me how to do it. And they helped me become the person I needed to be to get into law school, because it wasn't going to do it on my high school grades. And also what I needed to do to become a professional and become a lawyer. And I think that the faculty weren't the only people. The students did that. We all had plans. We had people who wanted to be ministers and teachers and doctors. Everybody wanted to do something. And we all believed that our dreams were achievable, and we all helped each other do it. I'd help someone with their grammar and their paper, and people helped me get through college algebra. And that's what we had to do. But we all believed we could have those dreams, and we all believed we could do them. And that's from Southwestern, because when I left, I had confidence and a fearlessness that I didn't have when I graduated then, and I still have that today. So whatever successes I have, I think I owe a lot to Southwestern for that, and I think that it's amazing that you're giving me an award, because I sort of feel like I should be giving Southwestern an award. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you and congratulations again, Kelly. The Business Builder Award was created for the purpose of recognizing and honoring business leaders, not necessarily alumni, who have created jobs, supported community institutions, and through their hard work and civic contributions have made a lasting impression on their community. Southwestern is proud to acknowledge persons and businesses who have dedicated themselves to strengthen these business ideals. This year's Business Builder has certainly fulfilled that role. The 2018 recipient of the Business Builder Award is Best Western Plus Patterson Park Inn. The Best Western Plus Patterson Park Inn opened in 2014 and began its partnership with Southwestern College at the same time. Under the leadership of General Manager and SC graduate Sarah Williams, the Patterson Park Inn continuously works toward the personal growth of its team members while offering superior customer care. Southwestern College has provided the hotel with not only a valued partnership, but an invaluable gift in the formation of education and many of its staff members. The Patterson Park Inn has been recognized every year for its exemplary service and commitment to its brand standards, but considers its most important service the opportunity to give back to the Cali County community it calls home. Sarah, would you please come forward to accept the award?
Good morning. I would like to thank you all for allowing me the opportunity to speak to you today on behalf of our entire Best Western Plus Patterson Park Inn family. We thank you so much for this honor. I can hardly describe what the partnership with Southwestern College means to us, and to be recognized in this way is a tremendous and prestigious privilege. Southwestern College has meant a great deal to our business since we opened just 4 short years ago. It has provided us with educated, hardworking team members and, of course, business. But most importantly, it has helped us to find our place in a great community. Just yesterday, I was informed that we have earned the #1 place in North America for overall experience out of 1,800 Best Western hotels and resorts. Thank you. Thank you. We would not have been able to reach this achievement if it weren't for the support of the builder community. Our partnership allows us to host guests of the university, such as prospective students and families, alumni, and friends. We also provide internships to deserving students looking for the opportunity to work and learn. One of our favorite parts, though, is our Senior Day raffle giveaways. Our team cherishes the chance to add a little more excitement to an already exciting day. We are always happy to find new ways to work with the college. I personally owe a lot to Southwestern College. I graduated from here in 2005 with a degree in business, and when I graduated, I had the dream of working in professional sports. Like most college students, I wanted to move as far away from home as possible because I was raised and educated in Oxford, and I thought, let me move as far away as I can go. So I ended up in Houston, working for the Houston Rockets, and thought, this is just going to be amazing. Well, my job involved making sales calls, 1,000 a day, trying to sell season tickets. It only took 3 short weeks to decide it wasn't for me, and it was time to return home. So here I was in Winfield, America, without work. I had a college degree. I had left the big city job and find myself home here with limited opportunities. So one day I'm driving past the hotel being built, and I remember saying to myself, I wonder who's going to run that place. I bet that would be fun. Not long after, I attended a job fair and found myself interviewing for the position of general manager. Here we are 4 years later, and I am fortunate to be a part of a business that allows me to partner with this very college that taught me the skills to be successful. I cannot truly express what a gift it has been to find a career that I enjoy in a community that I love. That entire journey really began with Southwestern College. I could have not made it through the tough times that I endured or been offered the jobs I was without the education and formation I received from this university. College, beyond the knowledge you gain, teaches you hard work, perseverance, and dedication. For many, it can be a confusing time in life, and it's important to find a school that goes beyond supplying its students with the information and facts. And I think Jacob's testimony this morning validates that as well. Southwestern cares about its students and shapes them to not only be knowledgeable people in their field, but to be well-rounded and contributing members of society. My time in class and my time spent as part of the organization, now similar to Inductees, taught me another vital important piece to success: teamwork. Especially in a management position, the importance of teamwork is unmatched. I largely attribute my ability to work with people to extracurricular activities and sports, which I think are a significant part of any school. Working with different types of people is something that can only be learned through time and experience. An essential part of my job at Best Western is ensuring all of our employees are part of the team. I try my best to make certain our whole team understands the goal that we are always working towards. Southwestern taught me the amazing things that can be achieved by working together. Because of my leadership position at the hotel, I've been able to represent as a board member of the Winfield Chamber of Commerce, a part of the Cali County Tourism Alliance, and the Arkansas City Convention and Tourism Board of Directors. I believe this drive to be involved and to give back to our community was again something that I picked up as my years as a student builder. Of course, one of the best parts of the job in this community are the amazing group of people that I get to work with, and I'm lucky to find so many people who are also so passionate about serving others in their communities in which they work. Our team has a great time finding ways to serve this college and community, and we love meeting all of the students and the families that travel here day in and day out. After studying sports management, I personally value staying connected with athletics through attending senior days as well as hosting employee student athletes. We work hard to provide our customers with exceptional stays, and we have been fortunate to receive a number of prestigious awards. Being one of the best in the brand is not simply something we strive for, it's who we are. And that is something that I tell each new employee. 2 things that make a business are the people you employ and the people you serve. And to serve such a unique and amazing community has really been a gift. Thank you.
thank you, Sarah, and congratulations again. Well, thank you for coming to this celebration of business at Southwestern College. We look forward to having this rich tradition of mound builder excellence continue. If you know any outstanding Southwestern alumni who we should consider for the Hall of Fame, we would hope you will find the link in the booklet to view the halls and to nominate other worthy builders. Tonight, we hope you will come back for the performance of Guys and Dolls, presented by the Southwestern College Fine Arts students at 7:30 p.m. here in Richardson Performing Arts Center. Tickets are still available. Thank you for joining us today and celebrating the 2018 class of the Business Hall of Fame.